It's no secret that the fundamental goal of the vast majority of mankind's innovations is to make our daily lives simpler, more pleasant, and more fulfilling. However, there is no shortage of inventions that are both pointless and perhaps disastrous. Hello and welcome to Curious Media, where we discuss facts, mysteries, and a lot of educational stuff. In today's video, we've brought to you a list of the worst inventions of all time. Number 10. Olestra. The use of Olestra, which began in 1996 after receiving approval from the FDA, marketed as a fat alternative because it does not contain any cholesterol, calories or fat. In place of oils, it was utilized in ready-to-eat foods like potato chips and other snacks like that. It had a taste and texture of fat in the mouth, but it also had its own set of negative effects, the most significant of which was that it stopped the body from absorbing certain vitamins and minerals passed through the intestines undigested, causing digestive issues. Number 9. Clippy. Remember how, back in the late 1990s and early 2000s, whenever you opened Microsoft Office, a little guy would pop up at the bottom of the screen offering to help you out with your work? Well, in reality, he was more of a distraction than an aid, what with all the random suggestions and options he would throw at you. This is why so many people found him annoying, and that's why he was eventually removed. Number 8. Agent Orange. The United States military had a herbicide called Agent Orange during the Vietnam War to thin the jungle's cover and make their targets easier to spot for attacks. While this strategy was effective, it had devastating effects on humans, including cancer and birth defects among Vietnam's civilian population and the US troops. Number 7. Hydrogen Blimps. Helium is a typical buoyant gas used in blimps and other types of airships. However, the designers of the Hindenburg airship, famed for its crash, decided to utilize hydrogen rather than helium so that the airship could float. However, while it was in the air, the hydrogen, which was more flammable, tragically caught fire, and the Hindenburg rocketed off the runway, causing the ship to crash and killing 35 of the 97 persons who were on board. Number 6. Pop-up ads. Pop-up ads are the most annoying types of advertisements, and they are simply unavoidable in the world of online content. Despite the fact that there are many pop-up blockers available, pop-up advertisements still find a way to load in multiple browser windows, taking up valuable internet bandwidth in the process. Number 5. DDT. The insecticide known as DDT, dichloro-diphenyl trichloroethane, was first developed in 1873 and saw widespread application following the end of World War II. It was particularly successful against disease-carrying insects like the mosquitoes that spread malaria. Nevertheless, a study revealed that it had harmful effects on living beings. Humans experienced neurological and fertility issues as a result, and other animals and birds, including wildlife, were also impacted. As a result, its utilization was restricted, or at the very least, limited. Number 4. Parachute jacket. Not your average jacket made of parachute material, in case that's what you were picturing. This was a real jacket that had the functionality of a parachute built into it. Franz Reichelt, a French tailor who was also a pioneer in the field of parachuting and was frequently referred to as the Flying Tailor, was the one who came up with the idea for it. The inventor was so sure that his latest creation would be successful that he decided to test it by jumping off the Eiffel Tower. However, the complicated device failed and the inventor was killed as a result. Number 3. Phone finger. It's true that cell phones attract fingerprints like magnets, but who needs ugly finger covers made of latex to protect their screens and make their hands seem even worse? We have serious doubts that this one would even operate with capacitive touch panels because those screens require the touch of genuine human fingers to function properly. Number 2. Nintendo Virtual Boy. When compared to other video game consoles, Nintendo's Virtual Boy had an extremely limited lifespan. It came out in 1995, but consumers could only get their hands on it for a brief 6 months. The system's chunky head-mounted display had promised 3D gaming, but it was only possible with the help of red and cyan 3D glasses that had a negative impact on viewers' vision. The system was eventually discontinued due to its limited selection of games and the fact that it attempted to show 3D graphics before the world was ready for them. Number 1. Hair growing sprays. We're not talking about the kind of bald spot removers that can be sprayed on and cover up smaller patches of baldness. At the beginning of the 1990s, there was a widespread misconception among males that you could stop balding by spraying on hair. Despite this, the frenzy didn't persist for very long. It was discovered that the false hair that was sprayed on looked far worse than having no hair at all. That's it for today's video, guys. Leave a comment below and tell us about the invention you consider to be the worst and most destructive. We'll see you in the next video.